The biggest lie that you've been told to as an entrepreneur is the belief that entrepreneurship is the path to freedom. And while that sounds true, it's actually not the case in reality. Because here's the thing, like you think like starting a business is gonna help you make enough money to quit school, and you think that's freedom. So you do your own thing instead of working for another person, and that's like most people's idea of freedom. But that's not really true freedom, is it? Because if you're gonna make like 10K a month, you're gonna have to work a lot. If you're doing it by yourself, you're gonna have to work 13 hours a day. You're not gonna go out with your friends. You're not gonna do any fun things or passions. You're just gonna be a slave to yourself instead of working for someone else. So really, entrepreneurship alone is not the path to freedom. What really creates freedom is leverage. So leverage is essentially something where you put one thing and you get 10 things back. So there are 4 types of leverage. There is first labor. You can hire a bunch of people, say them one thing. If you hire 10 people, they give you 10 things back. You got media. So I can record this video and it can get 10 views, 100 views, 1,000 views. But if I didn't record it, in order to reach that same 1,000 people, I'll have to talk to them one-on-one 1,000 times, right? So I put one video out and I got 1,000 things back. And then there is code. So this platform, YouTube, it's made of code, right? And that's also something that helps me reach 1,000 people. If it weren't for code, I'll have to show the recorded video and just go to the person, viewer, and show it to them in real person. So code and media, labor, and there's another thing which is capital. So let's say I want to cut my lawn, cut the grass. I can either do it by myself, it'll take an hour or two, or I could pay someone to do it for me, and the time that it costs me is just the time of the telephone call and the time to send the payment. So those are the 4 types of leverage, and those are what creates freedom, not a business. A business is simply the best opportunity to use leverage to create freedom. Because let's say you are an employee, okay, you have a specific amount of tasks today to do, and you really don't have a choice on how to do it. You have to do them yourself. That's why you are hired. You can't hire someone else to do it, because then there's no point of the company hiring you, right? And that's the truth. Okay, entrepreneurship is not the path to freedom. Entrepreneurship is the best opportunity to use leverage that leads to freedom. So if you got into entrepreneurship to be more free, try to have a leveraged business model. Instead of doing all the outreach by yourself, hire a appointment setting team. Instead of trying to sell everyone one-on-one on Zoom calls, make a sales letter, a video sales letter, and then just send them to the prospect. Make content. That's what all the gurus are doing. Alex Hamos is doing it, Serge Gara is doing it, everyone's doing it. So use leverage whenever as possible, and then you will get freedom. Starting a business will not. Starting a business with leverage will get it. And I really wish someone told me this 2 years ago, because I thought that I was going to be free but if I started my own agency, but in reality I just started being a slave to myself, and I want you to avoid that. So use leverage.